Starting this session, guys. Okay. So first of all, I welcome you all to the demo session of data analysis. Myself, Harish. Okay. The trainer name, which is my name, is going to be Harish. I'm the one who is going to take this session now for the next 1 hour of your time. Okay. So this particular 1 hour of time that we are going to spend in this session is going to be considered as your introduction class to the data analysis course. Okay. So we're going to start our new batch in this data analysis, right? So for that, this class is going to be your first free class. As we promised, total 3 free classes are going to be provided for each one of you. And that is going to be considered in this as a first free class. And tomorrow and day after tomorrow, you can able to continue to attend in your next free classes. So this session, as I mentioned, is going to be considered as your introduction class to the data analysis course, where you're going to get the idea regarding this data analysis course today with respect to the definition, where we are going to use it, and how this particular data analysis is important, and about the applications of data analysis, what are the steps involved in this data analysis, and also the topics related to the skill set. A lot of things we are going to discuss. Okay, that's the agenda for today's demo session. Fine. So before I go ahead to the actual things, I would like to introduce about myself. Later we'll move forward. Okay, so myself Harish, and I have 9+ years of teaching experience and working as a data analyst. Currently I am working as a lead data analyst on the skills of Databricks, PySpark, Python, SQL, Tableau, as well as Power BI. And I have wide range of experience working on the projects from the domains of banking sector, financial sector, healthcare, and also in the telecommunication domain. And over the past 9+ years, I am been into the teaching field, and I have experience teaching some thousands of students in this data analysis domain. So whatever the skills we are going to teach the students in this course is going to be complete practical course. Okay, because we are all here to get a job as a data analyst, and we know that is a very important part for everybody's career here. Keeping everything in mind, the complete contents here has been designed in such a way which is going to be covered from basics to advanced with more practical skill set. So you might be having some of the questions in your mind. I know that as a student, when you are trying to learn something new or build up your career on this particular any subject, some of the questions will be generally having for the students. So I would like to first of all make you understand the eligibility criteria for this course. Which type of students can learn this data analysis course? Okay, so overall in this particular course, mostly 3 types of people will join. Okay, 90 to 95% of the times, only section of people will come. So some of you today who joined this session might be freshers, might be you have completed your graduation just 1 or 2 years back, or you might be having some career gap, that is nothing but you have completed your graduation some 4 5 years back. Okay, or you might be trying with some other examinations in the competitive exams, and later you wanted to restart your career in this data analysis. And we have one more category of students who are already working professionals, either in the IT sector or in the non-IT sector. You might be already a working person, or when I talk about freshers, you can be technical or non-technical graduation backgrounds, whatever it might be. So most probably the students will come under one of this category. So if you are one of this particular category, then you are eligible to learn this course. Even the students who are in the final years of their graduation, who are in the third year or fourth year of their graduations, you people are also eligible to learn this data analysis course. So also some of the doubts you might be having, are we going to get the equal amount of opportunities when we go for the jobs? Yes, there are opportunities for this data analysis available for everybody. Either you are a fresher, or you are having some career gap, or you are already working professional. For each and every one of you, the options and the opportunities are available in the job market for this data analysis. So one more thing I just wanted to clear for you people, I'm having few questions. I mean to say, some of the students used to ask me, sir, we are coming from so and so non-technical background, or I'm a fresher, sir, and I'm having some career gap, but I don't have any technical knowledge at all. I don't even know what is programming languages or what even Excel also I don't know, sir. Like there's some students used to ask. No worries. Even though you are that kind of a student who is not having any prior knowledge about any of the skills, no problem, because we are going to start everything from the basics as I mentioned. So no prerequisite knowledge, okay? No prerequisite knowledge is required to learn the data analysis, okay? Even though you don't have any knowledge about any of the skill set, you no need to worry, you are eligible to learn this data analysis course. So this is some small points I wanted to clear for you all before I go ahead and start the actual things, okay? So again I'm repeating, everybody here are eligible to learn this data analysis course. If you can follow our suggestions in this particular course and practice better, and if you're committed to this particular program for the next 4 months of time, I'm pretty much sure each and every one of you can land upon a job of data analyst, okay? So with that I will now start the actual things for our demo session, where I would like to first of all explain you the 3 W's of the data analysis. So what are these 3 W's? WWW. I'm going to first of all explain you what is data analysis, why we are using it, and where we are using it. So with respect to these three things, first of all I will spend the time to explain you. So let us start with the definition. What is data analysis? What is actual data analysis meaning? So if you observe guys, this particular term data analysis, you are having two different words in that, am I right? One is data and other one is analysis. So I will talk about data separately, analysis separately. Later I'll combine both, okay? So generally what is meant by data? If I consider data in the sense what? Information. What is meant by data in the sense? Information. For example, I am asking a student here, can you please tell me what is your name? What is your date of birth? What is your Aadhaar number? What is your contact number? What is your PAN card number? These kind of details, if I gather from any student, that is nothing but what? Information. Or I can call also as what? Data. If I gather the same information from 10 students or 100 students or 1 lakh students also, we call it as data only. Data is not something which is very big itself. Even though just 1% data or 1% information, if I consider, that is still data only. How many persons information you consider, that's the data only. Data in the sense simple information. And what is generally meant by analysis, if you refer to any dictionary or in the Google, it will simply say that examining or else observing the things deeply. Whatever the data you are going to have, that data I'm going to examine it, or else I'm going to observe that in a deep manner to find out what is present in that data. So a proper definition by combining these two terms, if I wanted to form, I can say it is the process of analyzing the data to find the insights. So this is the definition. What is the definition? You can read it again, guys. I'm going to explain now this definition now. Okay. So let us see this. What is generally meant by a process? When I say process, guys, then nothing but we usually call it as different steps are there in that we call combined as a process. So in our data analysis also, we are going to follow different steps. How many? 5 steps I'm going to follow. Total in this data analysis, it's a 5-step process for analyzing this data to find out the insights. This is another new word, guys. Okay. So many times you will be going to get this term in your data analysis course. So what is the meaning of it? I will tell you here. Okay. So insights in the sense we simply consider this is output of data analysis. Okay, just try to remember. So as I told, you're going to have some information or data. That information or data you're going to examine or observe it deeply, and upon that observation or examination we are going to find a few things. That is nothing but output, or that is nothing but insights. There is another words also present for this. We can call it as findings. Okay, findings, or else you can also call it as unseen trends. What is meant by unseen trends? Things which we can't able to see with your eyes, that is unseen. You can able to find out those kind of trends by using this 5-step process. So simple way, if you wanted to understand this definition, I can say data analysis is a 5-step process for analyzing the data, and in that way I'm going to find out the insights. That is nothing but output of data analysis. So this is a simple way to understand the data analysis definition. Okay, so I'll remove these things. So this is the actual definition of the data analysis. Clear? So now let's move forward to understand important thing, which is why is the question. Why data analysis is used? So when I write DA, the meaning is data analysis, guys. Okay, DA in the sense data analysis. So why it is needed? So this question you need to focus more, guys. Why I am telling you, see, you need to understand why the course you are learning here, right? Okay, so I'll give you that importance. Let's see this now. Focus here, everybody, with the examples. I will cover some real-time examples to make you understand this now. Consider that I am having a small retail shop. Okay, a small retail shop. So this particular retail shop, I'm going to sell so many kind of small food related items like that in that particular shop. So in that, I am storing the data related to the sales happening. Let me say morning at 9 a.m. I will open the shop. So when the time I open the shop, one person came and made a sales of 100 rupees, and other customer at 9:05 a.m. made a sales of some 150 rupees, and at 10 a.m. a customer came and made some 500 rupees. Like that, all the sales information until the closing time of 10 p.m. I closed the shop at 10 p.m. At 10 p.m. also one customer came and made some 50 rupees of sales. So this kind of daily how much of sales I am making, I am making a note of those things on a piece of paper. Okay, so why I will make in this way means, so in the end of the day I wanted to find out to tell me what is the total sales I made. So I'll simply add up, so 100 plus 150 plus 500, all those sales values plus 50, let me consider it is 5,000 rupees of sales. Tomorrow again I'll keep a note of all those. Day after tomorrow again I'll keep a note of all those points. Like that, every day I'm going to write down this type of information. So if I write these types of information on a piece of paper, in the end of the month I can say, oh, okay, in the end of the month I can say total sales in the month. Okay, monthly sales is how much? Okay, and what is the monthly profit I'm getting? Okay, and how much of sales I'm making in the morning time. For let me say morning 9 a.m. I'm opening the shop, right? You tell me how much of sales I'm making from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. and from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. and then 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. How much of sales I'm making in the morning, afternoon, and in the evening time. Like that, I can able to easily find out these things. Just simply tell me, if I don't store this data, whatever the data I'm writing daily, this is if I consider as a data or the information, this data, if I don't have it with me, can I able to find out all these kind of things that I'm asking you now? Of course, not possible. So meaning, when you have a data, there is a chance for you to perform the analysis and you can able to find out these kind of things about whatever I have asked. So many things can be found, some examples only I told. So this is the case number 1. Okay, now let us talk about the case number 2, where I am considering the company called as a Zomato. I guess everybody know what Zomato will do, right? Zomato is a food delivery app. Zomato also will store the data related to their business. Not just Zomato and normal shop, guys. Any company you take nowadays, they are storing the data. So if I talk about Zomato, Zomato can't able to store the data on a piece of paper like how I have stored in the case number 1. The reason is simple. Zomato, if you wanted to write down what are the orders I got at 9 a.m. At 9:05 a.m. there will be another 5 orders. 9:10 a.m. some 10 orders. 9:15 a.m. some 15 orders. Like there's so many orders will be there. Even I can't able to write it on a piece of paper, because in a Zomato per day easily you'll get 8 lakhs of orders per day. In India alone, you'll be going to get how many? 8 lakhs of orders. Here, hardly if I consider 50 to 60 customers might come. But here, 8 lakhs. Just assume it's not possible to write it on the piece of paper. So that is where the databases, okay, and the servers, and you can say cloud systems, these kind of things are coming to store this very big amount of data. So these types of big amount of data the companies of Zomato, or you take Amazon, or you take different types of companies, always stores their data. So if they are also going to store this entire data of 8 lakhs of orders, in the end of the month, how much of sales they made in the entire month? Or I am asking a question. There are different cities in India, right? You tell me how much of sales happen in every city. Tell me how much of sales happen in Hyderabad today. How much of sales happen in the Kolkata? How much of sales happen in the Bangalore? How much of sales happen in the Delhi? If I ask you, you can only able to say when you have this data stored. Same way how I am able to find out all these things when I have a data. Same manner I can able to find out these kind of insights if I have the data. So that is the importance of data. Guys, nowadays, this data is a very important thing in any type of company you take. This data you like, how you know? It's like a fuel for a vehicle. Normally, if you see for a vehicle to move forward, we need petrol or diesel kind of thing. Same way, for a company to move forward, your data is like a fuel. It's like a petrol and diesel for the companies to get the growth to move forward in their business. So that is the importance of data. So this kind of data, as it is a very huge, I can't able to store it in the uh, normal written format or simple files. I can't able to store. That's the reason I will be going to make this particular big things of databases, servers, and cloud things. But when your data is in this paper that you have written here, you don't need any kind of skill set, right? Just by using calculator, you'll find 100 plus 150 plus 500 plus like that. If I ask you to find out in the same manner, tell me total sales happened in this 8 lakhs of orders. I can't able to take a calculator and find it. That is the reason why we need some skills, some technological related skills to analyze these large amounts of data. It can be Python, it can be SQL, it can be Power BI, it can be Tableau, all the skill set, whatever we are going to learn in this course. So the skills that we are learning is used to do what? Analysis upon the data the company is storing. So first thing, I'll write a flow here, observe. The company will store a data. This is the first thing. This data, I'm going to do what? Analysis. Who is going to do this analysis? We, our data analysts, will perform this analysis upon this particular data, and I am going to find out what? Insights. What is insights? I told output of data analysis. Whatever you are going to find by analyzing the data, those I am calling as insights. So by using this analysis upon this data, I am going to find out these insights, and these insights are used by the companies, whichever the company you take. Okay, the businesses will use these insights and they will make some decisions. What they are going to make? Some decisions. What is meant by these decisions? Are going to be helping their company in getting the growth. Okay, these decisions, whatever you are going to take, those decisions are helping the company in getting the growth. So this is how the simple flow. Why data analysis is needed means our end goal to make the better decisions. For the better decision making, these data analysis insights are really going to help a lot. So this is how you need to understand the things. So when I'm going for this decision making, I'll tell a simple example. Okay, so here I told you insights in the sense Hyderabad sales, Kolkata sales, Bangalore sales, Delhi sales. I am asking now in particularly every day from the last 1 month onwards, from the last 1 month, between 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., between 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., how many how many orders are received? How many orders are received in each city? Okay, if you want in more particular, how many non-vegetarian orders are received? All the cities you will go and find it. Then you are going to get the total sales values. In whichever the city you are getting less amount of sales, you will be going to try to improve in that particular area. Okay, in this particular Hyderabad city, I'm getting less number of orders between 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. That is the lunch orders. In the remaining places it is working fine, but why only less number of sales in this particular Hyderabad city? They'll make some analysis and they'll find out what is the reason behind that, and based on that they will give some extra offers, encouraging the customers to place more number of orders. All these kind of things will happen at that time. So that kind of decision the companies can make based on these insights only. That is the importance of data analysis. We are all learning our data analysis skill set to analyze the data. so that we can able to find out these insights. Those insights are used by the businesses to make the decisions, and those decisions will make their company in getting the growth. Okay, this is a simple reason. I will write that particular step what I told in the English now. I'll remove this all stuff on the screens. Okay, let me write down the simple statement what I told. So the businesses are using the data analysis insights to make better decisions, which will help the business to grow. Okay, which will help the business to grow. So this is a simple reason why data analysis is used. Now let us see where. Next question is about where data analysis is used. Tell me some industries where the data analysis is being used mostly. Let me start with e-commerce industries. I guess everybody know what are e-commerce industries, right? Amazon, sorry, Amazon, it can be Flipkart, and it can be Walmart. These are some of the world's biggest e-commerce giants. And I can consider in the industries related to some quick commerce companies like Zepto, Blinkit, Instamart, and you can also consider the food delivery apps like Zomato, Swiggy, and online ride booking apps like Uber, Rapido type of companies. And we have online shopping platforms like Azio, Mintra, Meesho. These types of very, very biggest e-commerce giants and the shopping platforms are all storing the data. Based on that only they are even deciding the offers and in which time the best offers can be given, the best sales like Great Indian Festival, all these kind of places, how the offers they can able to decide is by simply using this data analysis only. Okay, it is there in every day in our day-to-day life, whatever happening in our in front of our eyes, in every place this particular data analysis is definitely used. Okay, you take in the banking domain. Okay, you take for example in the banking domain or any financial services related companies or insurance related companies. Okay, in the healthcare companies, in the sense pharmaceutical companies or hospitals, or you take education related companies, or you take our institute as a best example for that, which uses the data analysis. And we can consider in the sports and games also. Even in the sports and games also, a lot of analysis is being done before they make some decisions. Okay, it can be player selections, or it can be if any player is not performing well, we are going to analyze where is the player making mistake, helping that particular player in overcoming that particular mistakes. For that, data analysis is playing a crucial role. Okay, and in the industries that are related to the marketing side, okay, in the stock markets, if I keep on writing, a lot of companies will come. So you might also think very software industry. Of course, software industry is going to have opportunities if you have all these types of companies. Then only it will be going to get the job opportunities, right? So entire software industries, either you take startups or mid-sized companies, or you take any kind of the companies of related to the MNCs. All of these things are going to be giving you this outputs. Okay, so that is of importance how this data analysis has been. Okay, so until now I have spent the time in explaining the three W's of the data analysis. What is data analysis? I explained why it is used and where it is used also. I have explained to you people now. Now I would like to move forward from here to the next step, which is related to explaining you what are the steps involved in data analysis. What are the steps involved in the data analysis? So one more thing before I go to this particular steps involved, when a skill you are learning is having so many opportunities or so many places, if it is being used, the best thing you need to understand from that is most of the companies are expecting you to have this particular data analysis. When you have most of the companies using, more job opportunities will be there, easily you'll get the job, and with the better packages. Nowadays in the market, data analysis is one of the best kind of job type which is providing better opportunities. It can be in terms of packages also. Even easily a fresher is getting 6 to 8 LP of package in this data analysis. 6 to 8 LP of packages in this data analysis as a fresher. Or if you have a career gap, you can come under the same. But if you're an experienced person, based on what is your current experience, how much of package you are currently getting. Based on that, the hike is going to be decided. Okay, suppose if you're getting 8 LPA as of now, you'll get 100% of hike or 50% or 60% of the hike, like that. If you're a person who are getting 3 LPA or 4 LPA or 5 LPA, you might easily get more than 100% of hike. So better chances are there in this data analysis domain when you compare with any other companies in the current market. Okay, so try to always learn the skill which is going to give you the good career growth also. Once you learn this data analysis, there is no risk for you in this particular software industry. You can able to easily improve yourself on the day-to-day basis. You no need to worry about switching to the other domains. Even the artificial intelligence, whichever is trending in the market nowadays, this data analysis will come under that artificial intelligence itself. Because if you take any chat GPT kind of thing, it will provide the answers based on the data which is being fed to that. So you'll get that understanding in the steps involved also. So let me tell you, so many students used to ask me that question, so how is the impact of artificial intelligence on the data analysis? That's a common question I used to get in the demos. So that's the reason I would like to clear that first of all. So the impact of artificial intelligence will be very less on this data analysis. The reason is the data analysis itself is under the artificial intelligence jobs. That's the reason there will be no impact, a very less I can say. So that is the safest career growth options you can able to find under this data analysis. Okay, so let us now talk about the steps, because I told you when I'm explaining the definition, I told it's a process means multiple steps are involved. How many means I told you 5 steps, right? What are those 5 steps? Let's see. So the first step is about simple one, which is about understanding the business requirements. Okay, what is it? Understanding the business requirements means what? Meaning when you go ahead and start working in any project, let me say you wanted to start working in a project as a data analyst. The first thing you'll be going to do is, what is the project is about? Who is the client? What is the business they does? What type of analysis they are expecting you to do? What are your roles and responsibilities? This kind of basic requirement gathering step is what is the first one. It might not involve or ask you to use some kind of technical skills in this, but still this step is a very important step before we move for the actual technical things. You need to know the complete details related to the project. Suppose if you go and enter into any company in the project, they will first of all provide you all this information, like the entire project related details. It can be in the KT sessions and all. They'll completely explain you the requirements and the project details for you. That is the first step. Once you understand the things, then to perform the analysis, we need data. So that data I'm going to get it, data collection, or I'm calling it as data gathering. So what is this step is going to be? Data collection or data gathering is nothing but this is work on getting the data. If I have a data only, I can able to perform analysis. Otherwise, I can't able to do anything. As I told, if I don't store the data, if Zomato is not storing the data of the food deliveries they're making, what type of analysis they can perform? It's not possible, right? So that's the reason I'm saying we need to first of all get the data. So as I told, every company will store the data. And also I'm adding one more point to that. Every company will store the data based on their business or based on their day-to-day work. I'll tell you a simple example. Suppose you take a bank, any bank, SBI or HDFC or any bank, they are going to store the data based on whatever the work they do. For example, if I go to an SBI bank and if I open an bank account, they will store my details. Like what is it called as? Customer details. The customer details, like my name, it can be my account number, or it can be my Aadhaar number, my PAN card number, my contact number, my date of birth, my father's name, mother's name, address, all this stuff. And if I made a transaction after coming out of that particular account, let's say I have paid some 100 rupees to somebody, the transaction details they will store. And I have taken a loan from that bank, that loans related details they will be going to store. Or if I have some debit card or credit card for that account, that credit cards or debit cards related information also they will be going to store. So bank will not store the data related to what is the food order I made today. Or if I go to health checkup, that details bank will not store. Am I right? If I place some order in the Amazon today, that bank will not store my data because that is not the job of the bank. So for every company, whatever the business they perform or work they do, related to that data will be stored. So why is this I'm explaining for the second step is, let's say the bank is asking you, let me say the project that you're working is related to the bank, and they're asking you to analyze their loans data. So you're only going to fetch the data that is needed for you to work on that particular analysis. If you want loans, only get the loans. Why do you need the cards or debit card, credit card, or transactions related data is not needed for you. What is the data needed for you to perform the analysis? Only that data you're going to gather. A simple example I'll tell you. Let's say the client is having overall 100 tables with them. Okay, but this loans related data is present only in the 20 tables among this 100. So what you're going to do, you're only going to select those 20 tables from the complete 100 tables available. Means whatever might be the overall data present with that bank, you are only going to select the data that is needed for you to perform the analysis. That is the second step meaning. The meaning of second step is to fetch the data which is needed for us to perform the analysis from the entire available data. After you fetch the data, then the third thing is going to be cleaning the data, which we call as data cleaning, or I can also call this step as data transformations. So what is this step actually? Data cleaning or transformations is, I have already data with me, right? Whatever the 20 tables I need to perform the analysis, I have it already. Why I am not doing analysis, I am doing cleaning before that means there is a reason. Whatever the data that you have been collected from the client in the second step, in that data, you might be having some inconsistencies or some missing values, some duplicate data. These things are generally possible. So that is the reason why if you go ahead and perform the analysis without cleaning the data, you might get the wrong results. To get the correct results, always data cleaning or transformations are important. So I will show you a simple example now. Okay, I'll show you a simple example now. Suppose consider this is the data which I got from the client. So if you check what is the issue with this particular data, so guys, someone please check your mic. Okay, fine. So suppose if you check this particular data here, in this data, what is the issue actually? If you carefully observe, here there is a missing information. I don't have the data here. And there is some inconsistent information is also present, meaning laptop and laptop. Both of these are same products only there, but there is a spelling mistake. You and me know that's a laptop only. But when you go and do analysis, I want to know product wise profit means this laptop would be treated differently. This laptop would be treated differently. So we need to definitely consider the products with the same spellings. With a different spelling means it will consider different products. So that will be an issue for us again. So that is the reason why I need to maintain the consistent data. And one more issue here can be, observe this particular row, whatever I highlighted here, and observe this last row. If you observe these two rows, whatever I highlighted, both of these are storing the same information. Am I right? Just see, same order ID number 2, same order ID number 2, same product name, same country, same sales, same profit. When all the columns information is same for the two rows, we consider this as what? Duplicate data. Means actually the customer placed order only one time, but you have entered it two times in your data. These things are generally possible in the real-time scenarios. What is the issue with this? If I have duplicate data, simply the client is asking me, can you tell me what is the profit I got from the mobile? What is the profit I got from the mobile? So if you go and check here, this is the mobile. I got only 1,000 rupees. Here, if you consider this not a mobile, but if you still consider that's 500, it will make me 1,500 rupees. But with this particular data, if you consider, it will become what? 2,500. Actually, order was placed only one time. You have added that profit two times, which is making incorrect result. 1,500 is the actual result, but because of this duplicate, you need to add 1,000 two times, it will become 2,500, which is a wrong result. So that is what I told. If you have the data which is unclean data, and if you perform the analysis, you are going to get the wrong results, wrong insights. So that's what I'm telling. First of all, if you get the data, don't directly start the analysis. Clean it first. Look for the data cleaning. Also, you can check this particular value here under the sales column. Remaining amount fields are in the Indian rupees, but this particular amount is in the United States dollar. So convert this, nothing but what, $1 is equal to 84 Indian rupees. In the sense, if I have $476, what is going to happen? Simple, 84 into 476. This is going to give you the Indian rupees amount. Suppose closely it will be 40,000, I guess. So in this manner, you need to first of all clean it. Okay, I'll clean the data. How to clean the data? I'll show you. See, so I am first of all only considering this particular data. I'm removing the duplicate directly. Whatever the duplicates are there, I removed them and I came here. And for this particular product name which is missing, I came to the went back to the client and I have asked what is the name of it. So they have checked in their systems and told me it's a television. Okay, and the inconsistent information what is there, I have just corrected those spellings. And here the sales information which is in the dollars, I converted back to 40,000, which is Indian rupees. So now you consider this is the table. So there is one table which you got from the client. Consider this is the first one and this is the second one. So which one is more suitable for performing the analysis? Is it the first one or is it the second one? It's going to be what? The second one. Because if you do the analysis upon the cleaned data, you're going to get the correct result. So this data is uncleaned data and this data is going to be the cleaned data. To make my uncleaned data to the cleaned, I am doing what? Data cleaning, or you can also consider this as data transformations. This is the original thing you are going to perform in the projects also. Whatever the data you get, first of all you need to clear that and then make it cleaned data. Always the cleaned data is what is used for performing the next step, which is analysis. Okay, so let me write down that next step. I have shown you the practical way of how the data issues will be there. Now let us go forward to understand what is the fourth step. Fourth step is nothing but performing the data visualization, that is actual analysis. Okay, we're also going to call it as an EDA step. What is EDA? Let me write it here. What is EDA? EDI means exploratory data analysis. Okay, exploratory data analysis, meaning you're going to perform analysis. That's it. Different names we used to have, but one of the famous meaning of the word is data visualization. What is actually visualization meaning? Whatever the data is there in that visualizations, if you wanted to find out simply, then we are going to use the visuals upon your data. I will show you an example. Okay, this data itself, I will consider this data only. I will show you the visuals. Okay, so consider this is the three products. I wanted to find out what is the profit I'm getting for every product. So laptop, mobiles and televisions, how much is the profit I'm getting for each of the product? So if you just take this one laptops, you're having 2000 for one order and 1000 for another order. Both combinedly you're getting some 3000. If you go for the mobile, here it is 1000 and here it is 500. Both combined how much? 1500. And same way, if you have a television, here there is only one product sold for television. It is nothing but 2000 rupees. So this is the data. Here you have hardly three products, guys. So that's not an issue. But where the issue will come when you have some hundreds of products, like Amazon is going to send some thousands of or lakhs of products they will sell. That much of products data, if I want to analyze, that's not so easy like this. I am going to use what? Some visualizations. Now I will show you how to use that visualizations. Okay, I guess everybody know how to represent a chart and graph. So this is going to be what? Y-axis, and we call this as a x-axis. So the same information, if you consider on the x-axis, is nothing but the products, and here I am representing the profit. Okay, what are the different products I have? Laptop I have, mobile I have, television I have. Here I am going to take my scale starting from here 1000, 2000 and 3000 like this. So let us represent this information, guys. How we will represent? See, laptops is 3000 rupees, mobile 1500, television 2000. Let me remember that. So I am drawing the graph. See, so laptops are 3000 rupees of profit. Okay, mobiles are of just 1500 rupees of profit. And what about televisions? 2000 rupees of profit. See this information now. How much easy it is now to represent this particular data. Without this visualization, I have so many kind of programs I need to write it and a lot of analysis I need to perform. But here, by just looking at it, I can able to easily say, if I share this report with the client, this is the bar chart. I guess everybody know what it is, a bar chart. Similarly, we have pie chart, line charts, which are most famous charts. So this kind of charts I'm going to use to represent my data. This is what I'm called as a data visualization process, where I am representing particular data, whatever I have, in the form of these visuals, which is easy for people. Even though this show now means this particular chart, if I show to a client who is a non-technical person, they will easily understand what is happening in their business. Now let me say what the client will easily understand. Okay, laptops are giving me good profit. Good profit it is giving me. Less amount of profit is coming from the mobile. But they need to focus upon these mobiles. They need to improve this profit. So they have only some of the products, brands with related to iPhones they are selling as of now in their company, and they are selling some Samsung related mobiles. So with these two brands, they are not getting much profit. So that's the reason they have taken a decision to add some Realme brand or some Poco brands. Example, okay. So these types of brands, if they add, whether the profit is going to increase or not, they are going to try it. So this is the decision they made. So as I'm getting the less amount of profit in this mobiles products, let us add few other brands and verify whether the profit can be increased or not. So this type of decision making is what I'm calling is possible with this particular data analysis. So this type of representation of information in the form of charts and graphs is what I'm calling as data visualization. Okay, so let me write down that point here. So whatever I have defined as data visualization is nothing but what? Simple way I can say the graphical representation of data. And this particular graphical representation of data, once in the last step, what you're going to do, you're going to share that with the clients. So share with what? Clients. And this step is also called as data storytelling. In the end, you're going to tell a story based on the insights. Upon the data, you're going to clean it, perform the visualizations and analysis, and those insights, in the end, you go and submit that to the client in the last step. This is how the complete data analysis involved steps are. I told you total 5 steps are involved, right? So all these are my 5 steps. Now here, these steps I would like to uh, explain you people with some real-time example in the day-to-day life. If you consider some cooking process as an example, I guess most of you know that what how a cooking will be done, right? So let me just explain you those the steps here to explain you the steps involved in data analysis. Suppose let's say it's a festival season and you went home, okay, or you are in the home now. Your mother wants to prepare some food item on that particular day. So what is the first thing they will do? They will come and ask each family member actually what type of food item they wanted to eat on that particular day. Am I right? They'll be going to gather the requirements of different family members. That's the first step even in our data analysis also. You're going to gather the requirements of the business. In the cooking process, I'm going to gather the requirements of the family members. After that, what you will do, okay, they will finalize one food item in the end, one or two food items, they will finalize in the end by discussion on that. Then the second thing is going to be what, let's say they have finalized to prepare some biryani in the end, okay. So for preparing that biryani, they need some ingredients. So some of the ingredients are not present in the home. What you need to do, you need to go to the market to buy them. But if you go to the market, you observe there will be so many vegetables and so many other varieties will be there. You don't need all of them. Whatever the things you need to prepare your biryani, only those you are going to collect it from the market or buy it from the market. Same thing here also. When you go with the client, there might be a lot of data present with the client. As I told you, customers, transactions, loans, cards. But what is the requirement? The client is asking you to analyze loans data. So you only going to collect the loans data. Same thing I'm also saying. When you go to the market to prepare some chicken biryani ingredients, what are needed, you're only going to buy them. Okay, so let's say you have brought some onions and tomatoes. Okay, you don't need cucumber to prepare any chicken biryani, or you don't need any potatoes or cauliflowers to make any chicken biryani, right? So you are not going to buy them. What are the required things like onions and tomatoes? You brought it. Okay, fine. Second step is done. What is the next step you're going to do? You'll be going to wash it and clean that particular products or food vegetables, whatever you have brought. So suppose you have brought some onions and tomatoes I mentioned. What you will do them? You will not directly keep it in the vessel and cook it, right? You will wash them first and then cut them to small pieces. That is nothing but transformations. Whatever the big size tomato is there, you have made it to small pieces. That is transformed. Once the data has been transformed or else your vegetables has been transformed, what you'll do? you will start the cooking. You'll keep the everything on the stove, and you will be going to representing all those vegetables or ingredients in the nice food item in the end. By the end of this fourth step, your food item is ready. That food item is what you're going to share with the family members in the fifth step. That is what here happens in the data analysis also. Okay, so that is what I wanted to explain. All the steps whatever have been explained are related to your cooking process, which is almost similar. So it will be easy for students to remember the next time whenever I ask the steps involved, just remember this cooking process. Okay, so that is the end of the first steps involved in the data analysis. Now let's move forward to the next one, which is about the skills part. What type of skills do we need to learn in this data analysis? Or one more thing I'll tell you, what type of skills do I need to learn to get a job as a data analyst? That is most proper or to say suitable scenario for us. Am I right? What type of data or sorry skills do I need to learn means we need to have the skill set of Excel, statistics, okay, SQL, one data visualization tool, either Power BI or a Tableau, but Power BI is having a lot of importance in the market, and we need a programming language like Python. So these are the skills which are needed to become a data analyst or get a job as a data analyst. So what are these skills now? And about this skill set we will discuss. Okay, whatever the skills I have mentioned here, all these skills we are going to start it from the basics. I told you previously, first thing in the demo itself, you no need to have a prerequisite knowledge. Every skill set I'm going to teach you people from the basics to advanced, so no problem at all. And also this particular course I told most of the practical things will be covered, because I'm going to cover for you here total 15 plus real-time projects. So these 15 plus real-time projects are going to be the live projects. Some of the projects I'm going to discuss after each and every skill, and after SQL one project, Power BI one project, Python one project, like that. And along with me, I am also going to suggest to the students to do some new projects, take some extra data sets and do the same process upon that particular data set to complete the analysis. In that way, the students will become more confident with their particular skill set. So both of us combined here, we're going to achieve total 15 plus real-time projects by the end of this course. To do these kind of projects, whatever the data sets that are needed, the complete data sets, so many different business domains data sets I'm going to share with the students, and the day-to-day notes of the classes are going to be shared. The materials also I'm going to share. What is the difference between materials and notes means, notes is something which I'm writing currently on the notepad. Material will be the PDFs. Suppose if you simple example I'll tell you, see, this is one PDF of the SQL which is prepared by me. I am going to share with each and every student in this particular course for the SQL, for example. Okay, this is how the SQL material is. Like that, for every subject we're going to share you the PDFs also, which will be easy for student to maintain the tracking of what are the concepts being covered. So in this manner, the complete materials are going to be shared, and also here recordings, which is very important. Okay, daily recordings are going to be shared immediately after completion of the class. Recording will be shared within 5 to 10 minutes maximum, guys, because after completion of the class I will upload the recording only, and then only I will switch off my laptops. So recording will be shared on the daily basis. Whenever the class completes, immediately the recording would be uploaded to your drives. So drive you can able to, we will be going to share with each and everybody. Suppose if you take, this is how one of a SQL batch, you can see what are the things that we are going to share in the recordings. Everyday class recording is going to be provided, so there is no confusion, and it will be very easy access will be there for the students. Okay, and here along with that, a lot of assignments I am going to share with each and every one of you. Okay, apart from the assignments also, we are going to conduct the exams for the students. Those exams will make the understanding much better, and you will also know how much of understanding you got from the subject and where you can able to improve. Okay, so here the resume building classes. Okay, resume building class will be there, which will help the student in preparing the resume, because after learning the subject to get the job, resume is a very important one. How to prepare a proper resume, how can I apply for the jobs, related to those aspects we are going to cover for you in this course. And also the important interview questions from every subject, important interview questions I am going to share with you people. It will make your interview process very much simple. Okay, and also I am going to conduct the mock interviews for each and every student here in the end of the course. Once the course has been completed, for every student I will take a mock interview. Okay, so it will make the student understand how the actual interview process is going to be. Okay, so these are all kind of placement assistance. All these types of placement assistance will be provided for the students until they get the job. Okay, it's not just for 1 or 2 months until they get the job. This help will be provided for the entire students, and even the course completion certificate will be shared to each and every student who joined in this course. And apart from those certifications, guys, I am extending my help for students to achieve this Microsoft Azure certifications. Okay, what are these Microsoft Azure certifications? These are cloud basis. So these types of certifications will really improve your selection process. So for that, you need to write down some exam with Microsoft. Once you pass the exam, they will provide you the certificate. So here I will also suggest the students to go and definitely take some certifications which are of Microsoft or some Amazon or some Google Analytics certificates, like that. Some valued certificates will really improve your selection process. So that's the reason. So certifications, here I am extending my help to provide the students get some cloud exposure knowledge. Okay, and also guys, here the complete duration of this course is going to be 4 months of time in total, and the classes will be daily from Monday to Friday. Daily 1 hour of class will be there. Even on Saturdays also, we'll be going to have few days classes for 1 hour. And the batch timings, guys, we are having the new batch at 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Currently, in whichever the time you have joined the class, the same time, 7 to 8 p.m. In the online mode, we have the classes available. Okay, so here, I also wanted to highlight few things. What are the other batches which I also cover in the same? We have a batch in the morning time also, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. and even morning time 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. We have two batches in the morning. These are in both offline and online. Both these batches are what offline as well as online. We have the classes available in both of these. But as of now, this is the new batch in this 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. So once you join in this particular 7 to 8 p.m., you can even shift later if you want in the morning times for offline you wanted to come. You can even come for 9 to 10 and 11 to 10 to 11 also, whichever the batch is suitable for you. You can even go for that. Some days offline, some days online. It's of completely your choice, guys. There is no problem with that. Okay. So I will tell you a few advantages with these timings, guys. Okay. Let me say I am a student. I have already listened to the SQL classes, but I am expecting if I again attend for the second time also, yes, you can attend. There is no kind of restriction that a student can only attend a skill once. You can attend any skill any number of times, because as a student, if I am in your place, generally some students will understand the complete subject if they listen to only once. But some students will feel like if I again get a chance to listen to that particular skill set for the second time, it will improve my understanding and it will also ease my preparation. That kind of way students will think. For those students, this place is the best place for you. All the skills you can see here, any skill you can listen for any number of times without any restrictions. No need to pay any extra amounts for that. Okay, and one more better advantage is I told you the duration is of 4 months. Let's say I'm a student, I don't have 4 months of time. I wanted to actually start the job process very immediately. I want to complete this course in 2.5 months or 3 months, and if possible, 2 months itself. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. When it is possible means when if you are interested to attend daily 2 classes or 3 classes per day. As of now, I told you 7 to 8 p.m. is only one class. But as I mentioned, we have other batches also. You can even come and join there also. Different subjects in different timings. Morning 9 to 10 a.m. one subject, 10 to 11 a.m. one subject, 7 to 8 p.m. one subject. It's like in the schools. If you go in the school, what they'll do one subject, some English language, next mathematics, next science, next social, like the different subjects in different periods, right? Same thing here also. It all depends on the student's interest. We are not forcing anybody. It's completely depending on the student's interest. There is no extra amount also you need to pay for that. It's general registration fees only. But if any student is interested to complete the course in less amount of time, for them also we are providing this opportunity. So multiple classes you can attend and you can complete the course in less time. Let me say one more example also I'll tell you. In the 7 to 8 p.m. you have attended the SQL classes. But in the 9 to 10 also, in the next week SQL will start again. I will roll out this information to all students. I will tell, okay, so on so 9 to 10 a.m. we are starting SQL from the next Wednesday on suppose some 18th of December. I will tell. So students who are in any time frame, they will come and join in that particular time, either in the offline or online. That kind of feasibility we're providing for the students, making the job easy for the students, for them to understand, and more flexibility we're providing here. Okay, so keep all these things in the mind. Okay, so these are all various things we are providing for each and every student, not only for few. Everybody will have this type of flexibility where I'm going to provide for you all. Okay, so this kind of things I'm going to uh, from our institute side we're going to provide. Okay, so these are all the things. So today's class I have focused completely on providing you the introduction knowledge to the data analysis course, where I mostly focused on the theoretical side. Okay, so tomorrow's class, which is going to be your second free class, there I'm going to completely spend the time upon the skills. I have not discussed today what is the role of Excel, what is the role of statistics in data analysis, what is the role of SQL in data analysis, what is Python role in the data analysis, how much of programming is involved. So many students used to fear by looking at this Python, but it's no need to fear at all. I will tell you why there is no need to fear for Python in this data analysis course. It's a very, very simple way you can learn it. I'll tell you why there is no need to fear. Okay. All these things and even the steps I have explained you, this is about in the tech, in the like easiest way I have explained using more theoretical way. Tomorrow I will explain you by using some technical terminology, the same steps in a different manner, so that you'll get the overall understanding of this course. Okay, so tomorrow is going to be your second free class. Today is the first free class I told you, right? So tomorrow, okay, tomorrow in the sense that is 17th of December 2025 will be the second free class. Okay, at 7 p.m. Okay, same time 7 p.m. only. So you can try to attend that particular time, and this particular time we'll be going to spend the second free class, and after that 18th of December is going to be third free class. We'll be going to start our subjects from the third free class onwards. So please try to share your contact details with our team. They will definitely help you back in sharing the recordings and any other questions that you have. All of those questions and answers are going to be provided. Even if you have any doubts and you are looking for any kind of career sessions from my side, even my contact number also my team will provide. Please let them know. They will provide you my contact number. You can please get in touch with me. The trainer interaction is very important in these types of courses, right? So I'll provide you my best time for you to speak, and also we'll be going to give you the better opportunities in getting the job as a data analyst. Okay, so this kind of interaction with the trainer you can easily get in our institute. Okay, we don't overcrowd the people. We'll be going to focus on each and every student in more personal way. Okay, so let me stop up to here for today, and from tomorrow's class we're going to have the second free class, and more technical way entire introduction will be explained for you people in the next class tomorrow at 7 p.m. So I will stop up to here for today, and now I'll give you the time for asking